No, don't care.
Rely on me.
I welcome your company.
Together we stand.
Aparano Center.
I don't need anyone's sympathy.
Ask nicely.
Are we ready to move out?
Something wrong?
You can trust me.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
No reason to pause.
I'll watch your back.
Missed me.
Oh, yes, what?
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Cover me, all right?
The waiting is never fun.
Magritium Turino.
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
The light! Take you!
I'll split you in half!
Yes!
You are my favorite aide.
Oh, quiet now? But how will they know I've arrived?
Are we ready to move out?
Animosi. Smear them.
Something wrong? Rules are made to be broken.
Open your heart to me. Other young.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
I'll cut you wide open.
I don't like you!
This'll leave a bruise. So, that's how you
The spirits demand your blood.
Out of my way!
Distract them from me.
So this is how it feels. This condition is irrational.
The Inheritor, guide my blade! I'm all right.
Time to share your treasures!
No mercy for the wicked!
The young mongrel looks around in every direction but up.
Maybe we should go back. This place isn't for us. It's too open. The enemy could come from anywhere. And the air is weird. Why does it keep moving so fast?
Another mongrel stares straight ahead, gripping his blade in a trembling fist. No. Not one step back. This is our test. Don't look at anything but the target.
Oh, mongrels.
A sheet of paper appears from Ninio's sleeve.
I have so many questions for you. Which tastes better, cave slugs or cave rats? Or perhaps beetles? How often do you wash yourselves? Where do you go to relieve yourselves? Not going to answer? Humph.
Ninio stows the paper back in her sleeve.
Your fellow tribesmen refused to answer as well. How you expect me to write your entry in the encyclopedia? I have no clue.
The young man turns to you. He has one healthy eye and a lumpy growth where the second should be. It's you. It's thanks to you that we made it to the surface to fight the demons. The shield maze fell, but Sol slowed everything down. He's an old man, he's afraid of everything, but we can't sit in the dark like root vegetables while big things are happening up above.
We tried to follow you through the shield maze. We emerged into some kind of fortress, but there were too many demons there. Then we dug out another passage into the city. It took days, but we did it. We're ready to fight.
The mongrel snarls and draws his weapon.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
Down
So
this.
this is how it feels?
Damn it all!
Into the fray!
Cover me, alright? Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Down in the holy light! The light take you!
Day 22, Month Eridus, 8, Year 4715. Sometimes, a long-awaited rest does not bring the desired relief. What comes is a heavy, clinging sleep on the edge of wakefulness, where consciousness seems poised between reality and oblivion. The possible reasons for such disturbed slumber are myriad: strained nerves, perhaps, or a lingering reaction to trauma. Oxifog Meteor Stalker emerges from the oblivion of his leaden sleep like a drowned man dragging himself up from the depths of a swamp. The wound on his chest is burning like someone pressed an invisible brand to it. The wound has closed again, but the blood stain on his shirt betrays its presence beneath. There's no time to investigate the cause behind his malaise. A trying day lies ahead, but how will Oxifog Meteor Stalker be up to the challenge if his thoughts are so muddled and his entire body aches like after a day's toil? After several moments, the weariness abates, retreating to the depths of his subconscious, but leaving the path open to return the next time Oxifog Meteor Stalker seeks refuge in sleep. Oxifog Meteor Stalker recalls that he slept peacefully in the defender's heart. Perhaps a priest can explain what has happened.
Don't need anyone's sympathy.
Lead on.
A success worthy of praise.
mind me.
Ask nicely.
I'll split you in half! Smear them!
Distract them for me.
You are today's sacrifice!
Time to share your treasures. Cover me, all right?
out of my sight!
Can't you just die already?
Make way!
SHYNN, beloved brother of mine. For the first time in recent weeks, I found a few spare minutes to write a message for you, friends, and family. Your restless brother Berenger is not dead and gone. Quite the opposite, I'm alive and glad for this chance I've gotten. By joining the Crusader ranks, I've truly found my place for the very first time, can you imagine? I can already hear your disapproving retort, Berenger, that scoundrel, he now thinks himself a hero. But believe it or not, these days my intentions are further from any esteemed titles or glory than ever before. I joined the Crusaders out of boredom, out of horrible melancholy that clouded my mind and filled it with dark thoughts. But for some reason, a slacker and a drunk such as I, who has done nothing worthwhile in his whole life, happened to gain the favor of the resplendent Iomade. On the 15th day of battle, surrounded by her loyal devotees, stained up to my elbows in demon blood, I gave in to my comrades' influence and offered a prayer to the Inheritor, and my prayers were answered. From that day onward, I was not just a crusader, I was a paladin of Iomade, able to smite abyssal monsters with the power lent to me by the divine. Will you even recognize me, SHYNN, should I return home? I've changed, I can feel it myself. Iomade gave my life purpose, offered me a weapon to slay the enemies of Golarion. By the Inheritor's name, I won't betray her trust. Please, send my heartfelt regards to our poor mother and show her this letter. Visit Father's grave for me, and never forget about me. They're sounding the horns again, demons spotted. Be well, SHYNN. May Iomade's blessing be with you. Your brother Berenger.
Fabricium Turinos.
Well?
Inimosi travisi.
My tail is restless.
How much longer, I wonder?
What's on your mind? I wonder.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Go for their hearts!
So, tie up.
The world in crimson!
I don't like you. Out of my way!
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
I prefer the company of me, myself, and I. Friendship's overrated anyway. Und
You can trust me. Save the last one for me.
Something wrong?
I heed the voice
A
of the
bright
spirits.
future awaits us.
Aparane Center.
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
Out of my sight!
No, what is that?
Cover me, alright? Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
I won't go down this.
This is how it feels.
Move aside.
I'll remove this obstacle.
Make way.
I hope you appreciate this.
Ugh.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
Open your heart to me.
How much longer, I wonder?
The basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of the gathered tieflings. 5 of them are kneeling along the wall, separate from the rest. The tall woman, who had been cleaning her fingernails with the tip of her knife, greets you with narrowed eyes.
Brother Woljif. You got my message, then.
Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear Sister Charisme. It was just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next, well, no, I was still in shackles, and I was being watched, and then the chief got me out, and I came here straight away. I knew you'd been waiting on me.
Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So. We had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, there was time to get away. But what happened? That bitch Irabeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick.
Charisme turns to you.
He speaks. I thought Woljif only brought you so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south.
Charisme purses her lips.
I'd be glad to leave, like the rest of my brothers and sisters, but in the family, there's nothing worse than betrayal, and it's something we do not forgive. We don't forgive anyone who lets traitors off the hook either. If I don't find the rat, my superiors, let's just say, I'll wish I was burning in Kenabers. I want to keep living, so I'm going to take a chance. Until I find out who is the traitor here, no one is leaving. Yes, he knows the name of the traitor. Every gang that Brother Woljif has been a part of has very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location was passed to the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Woljif is the only one who always comes out smelling of roses. If you think about it, you'll come to the same conclusion as us.
What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Charisme got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. Woljif jerks his head toward the 5 thieflings kneeling by the wall. She rounds us up and she says we've got a score, Ancien Tries and Wonders, the one place nobody's ever been able to hit, the place that's guarded by a golem. But now, a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession, along with a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're in. And the most important thing was that none of us was to be hanging about the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret.
That's all true so far. Go on.
We did everything right, with the locks and the golem. I picked the lock, I remember it clear as day. Sister Dalna was on lookout, Brother Melround had the scroll. Daffy, Tabby, and Barnier brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under a table after it, and next thing I know, Irabeth was there. Everybody scampered. But I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but then those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth. And to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing.
So, they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything.
Charisme is pointedly polishing her knife.
Where's the moon of the abyss, Brother Woljif?
It was an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of Ancien Tries and Wonders. Sterling silver, sparkled like a star, fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, you know, a crescent, a waning moon, and in the middle there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Filman was so proud of that amulet. He used to say, "I'll never sell it, it's the jewel of my collection." Woljif sighs unhappily. I used to go there to see what kinds of treasures there were in the world. There's nothing else to look at in Kenabers. People used to claim it was a powerful thing, but who's to say, if you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you the second you tried to fence it?
Everybody knew that you were always hanging around on Tries and Wonders, drooling over the moon of the abyss. Did you think you could swipe it in all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free, and with a fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woljif. I see right through you.
Took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't make any sense. If I was the rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and been long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fella, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish in the cellar can have a nice, Woljif-sized dinner? The moon of the abyss is a pretty bauble, to be sure, but it's just an amulet, it ain't worth dying over.
You knew Erebeth's people would protect you, you knew you could pin the moon going missing on them, and now you've come here with backup, you knew exactly what I was going to say to you. Only problem is, nobody's returned the amulet to Filman. Are you giving Erebeth a cut, is that it?
Have you seen her? Do you think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought, she's like 3 heralds of Iomity all rolled into one.
He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who'll take bribes, I'm sorry to say, but Erebeth Tirabate isn't one of them.
That's the whole sorry story. Woljif crosses his arms, looking affronted. Some family this turned out to be. It's just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other at their word, they don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the moon of the abyss. What am I gonna do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders, it's a special item. You can't wear it, it'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's that important to you, Sister Charisme, I'll find it. And I'll drag the traitor here by his horns, just so's you don't end up at the bottom of the cellar. But do you know what you're gonna owe me for that? An apology. Right here, in front of everyone, you're going to apologize loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, "Sorry, Woljif, you're a good guy and I was wrong about you."
Fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. But if you run, Brother Woljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the families come for you. You'll have no peace. But one day, you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath. And that is when we'll get you. Got that?
You've a way with words, Sister Charisme, a way that almost made me wet myself, but a way, nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to that scary gal Erebeth. She knows you a little, we can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. And I'll get my apology. Onward to Erebeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name.
Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out, I don't want to get chewed up by demons.
Follow me! Or don't.
Look who it is. The tiefling raises a hand in greeting. Who would have thought that I'd end up in the Crusader army? Go figure. With open arms. She knows exactly who I am and where I'm from, but she's come down with a convenient case of amnesia where I'm concerned. And who can blame her? The city's in a bad way. You don't turn down help in a situation like this, no matter what quarter it comes from. Looky here, somebody seems very well informed. You even know the name of our leader. When things started heating up, Sister Charisma betrayed us all. Now it's every tiefling for himself. We're all scrambling to claim our share and get the hell out of here. We're supposed to meet in a pre-arranged location, the ones who survived, that is. We went to the Grey Garrison to get our stash, and look how that turned out. One of the gang got trapped in the rubble. So here's your answer, it's now every man for himself, and that means that we're all free to do what we want. I'll tell you straight, we're not getting involved in any fighting. Warriors we ain't. But we can scout, sneak right under the demons' noses, look for traps and hidden doors. In other words, we can smooth the path for your whole operation. And then all you'll have to do is go in there and bump off the demons, nothing to it. See you. Good luck out there, don't go getting trapped under any rubble now.
Move aside.
Ramian's face is deceptively serene. It would be easy to think that the Aasimar has been lounging around, but his rolled up sleeves and the traces of blood on his fingers reveal that he barely stopped to catch his breath before going to help the injured. Oh, it's you. Praise Desna. I said we would meet again. I am Ramian of Edmi, prior of the Temple of Desna, or rather, I was the prior while the temple was still standing. Now I am a humble priest, healing the defenders of this makeshift fortress to the best of my ability. I'm doing what people are doing all over the city, healing the injured, comforting the grieving, counseling the lost. Alas, the goddess did not give me the ability to resurrect the dead. The Aasimar offers a sad smile. This tavern may be the city's last stronghold of resistance against the demons. Our last hope. We cannot let it slip away. Ramian looks slightly abashed. When my attempts to open Hilrun's eyes ended in failure, a few of my young adepts resolved to take matters into their own hands. They did not consult me before doing so, but I have never demanded iron discipline from my priests. Army commanders may have subordinates, but I have pupils and fellow worshippers. I can only inspire them, I cannot command them. And it seems they were inspired all on their own. They had no ill intent, they only wished to access the wardstone in secret and try to cleanse it. But to Hilrun this became perform a suspect ritual after hearing even more suspect voices in their dreams. The children wanted to save their city, but the inquisitors detained them and almost killed them. I had to intervene. I used my authority and my power as a cleric to give them a chance to flee. If they hadn't got away, they were destined for a cell in the prelate's dungeons and, quite likely, death. Oh. Ramian gives you a cryptic smile. You know, Desna is an unpredictable goddess. Who knows how she will come to the aid of her faithful children. I had a dream where she sang the demons a lullaby and they fell into a deep sleep just like innocent babes. What do you think my dream augurs? If there is anything else you can do to save Kenabers, please, do it.
The company of me, myself, and I. Friendship's overrated anyway.
I thank you for saving the esteemed citizens of Kenabers, even though not all of them deserve to be saved. May Iomadi forgive my words.
Irabeth casts a meaningful look at Count Aranday, sitting at a nearby table.
I don't really mean that, of course. I just never fail to be astounded by the way that good people seem to perish, while the not so good prove to be incredibly, amazingly enduring. Yes, that's not like him at all. Joining the Crusades is a tradition among Mendavian nobles, but Duran Aranday was never too keen on fighting demons. The Count has a certain reputation in Mendav. He's not a pleasant individual by any means, but he's not known for any particular villainy either. The Count enjoys a life of leisure surrounded by a gaggle of sycophants, who are always eager to badmouth the Queen at his command. He likes settling scores, too. There was a hero of the First Crusades, Sir Lant, a kind and honest man. After the end of his glorious career as a soldier, he became a wise mentor to the younger generation. He ran afoul of the Count somehow, perhaps by lecturing him about his idle lifestyle and a lack of purpose. When Sir Lant died, the Count managed to buy a portion of his estate and ordered the knight's helmet to be reforged into a chamber pot. And, of course, he didn't keep his little joke private. The Queen was particularly affronted by it, because Sir Lant used to be her most loyal comrade in arms. I was there receiving an assignment from Her Majesty and witnessed the exact moment she found out about the helmet's fate. It's a small thing, but I could see the Queen's anguish at the travesty that had been made of her friend's legacy. That's what our Count is like as a person. And as for his talent for survival. Do you know the story of Heaven's Edge? He was the only member of his family to escape with his life when the demons unleashed a magical plague at the Arendelle estate. I don't know all the details. It happened a while ago, back when I was a mercenary and had nothing to do with Canobers. I only know that there was a grand feast in honor of Durin's birthday, and all his relatives were invited along with a few other distinguished guests. Everyone died from a mysterious disease someone had unleashed on the estate, including the servants, the guards, and a number of clerics and paladins. But the young Count survived, because of his healing ability, I suppose. Durin does possess an unusually brilliant talent, even if the application of his skills leaves much to be desired.
Irabeth scowls.
Who knows? It could be some family matter. The Count is Her Majesty's cousin twice removed or something like that. But I think he simply enjoys infuriating people. Crusaders and Iomeda's servants especially. My pleasure. I'm sorry you had to endure my grumbling. Watching these things happen to my city has put me in a foul mood.
Irabeth arches her brows in surprise.
Canobers is threatened by a demon horde, and you have enough spare time to help out thieves?
Irabeth sighs.
I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me the note and disappeared.
Irabeth hesitates as she tries to remember.
He had a cloak with a hood masking his face, but the horns, the long horns, didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem in Ancien Tries and Wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact, so you can interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Ivory. The shop's owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem.
Irari, also known as Master of Masters, the Enlightened One, and the Perfect Human, is the god of enlightenment, self-perfection, knowledge, healing, and inner strength. His followers claim that he was once a mortal who achieved absolute physical and mental perfection and thus attained divinity of his own volition. He is one of the core gods, if not the most powerful deity, of the Vidrani pantheon, but has an increasing following in the Inner Sea region as well.
Yes, thank you. It's good to have her back, we need every fighter we can get.
Irabeth frowns.
I suppose it's asking too much to want fighters that are sober as well. Go. May Iomedi keep you safe.
Of course. As far as living conditions, the surface is definitely a better place to be. It's easier to get good food and water, not to mention build a house, and even grow a few things. In older, well-established settlements, you don't have to deal with anything scarier than rats, or maybe foxes stealing chickens. As for the kind of lives you have, I heard a story about demon worshippers abducting a whole family and sacrificing them one by one while the others watched. But there were some brave crusader knights nearby, and they killed the villains and saved everyone. And I heard another story, a young blacksmith lost his arm in a fire, couldn't work to feed his wife and baby. They tried their best, and lived from hand to mouth, but they were still destitute. In the end, the desperate blacksmith robbed a traveler one night on the road. But there were some brave crusader knights nearby, and they caught the robber and threw him in prison. Not long after, his wife smothered their baby and hanged herself. Up here, the same person can proudly say he's protecting the innocent from demons, and then look the other way while the same innocent starves just because they were born into a poor family. Queen Gaffrey prolongs her life with sun orchid elixirs that cost enough to feed an entire city. Back in our caves, everyone is equally poor, And if one person starves, the whole tribe starves. We don't abandon our own in times of trouble. That's the power of a tribe. The laws of the surface are made so that some get everything and others get nothing. I might just be a naive fool from the caves, but I don't understand how it's possible to have so much more and share so much less. Anyway, look who I'm talking to. You must know life on the surface much better than I do. But I guess they'll have to wait until we drive the demons back into the abyss and close the world wound. Lon smiles his strange half-smile, which breaks along the border between the two sides of his face. At the end of the day, the world is full of injustice, but it's also full of mad beasts ready to tear us to pieces. The defender's heart greets you with unexpected liveliness. Beyond the walls of the tavern, the once bustling and festive city lies in ruins. But somehow none of that can be felt within these walls. The people in the room are talking, laughing, raising toasts, even softly singing. It doesn't look like typical tavern revelry, but nor is it the grim vigilance of recent days. Sela waves to you. She is sitting at a table with the trio you met previously, the knight, the half-elf, and the red-headed halfling.
Oxifog Meteor Stalker. Come. Let me properly introduce you to Ella, Janna, and Curl, the fearless warriors of the League of the Inspiring Cart.
Sela pushes a mug of beer toward you and speaks softly.
It was me who convinced Irabeth to use what Janna, Curl, and Ella found for a little party. If you look out the window, you might think the end times have come and the abyss has devoured us all. I thought some simple pleasures, good food and good company, could help keep the gloom at bay.
Sela looks at you hesitantly, as if trying to gauge your reaction.
Hey, are we just going to sit here with grim faces? I say we get to know each other a little better, so we have better reasons to toast. I signed up 4 days before the demon attack. Am I lucky, or what?
Janna lets out an overly boisterous laugh.
I'm an apprentice of a famous fencing master from Mivun, and I learned a thing or two from him, believe me. I soon got bored of fighting off bandits and getting involved in the petty squabbles of the bickering river kingdoms. I wanted a proper challenge, and you can't find a better place than Mendef. And what do you know, the moment I arrived, the demonic invasion began. My father would say that's no accident. Fate brought me here.
Mivun is one of the more stable of the river kingdoms. It began as a refuge for the Aldori sword lords, who fled Rostland during the rule of Coral the Conqueror. Many sword lords settled there in Mivun, bringing with them the experience and knowledge of the ancient discipline of the sword lords. Warriors from as far away as Garand make pilgrimages to Mivun to study their secrets. To earn the right to stay, the applicant must pass a series of increasingly difficult duels. As stories go, it's not very entertaining. I was born far to the south, in Andoran. I lost my parents early, led the life of a simple mercenary, but often questioned the path I had chosen. I'm proud of my sword skills, I enjoy training and drills, and I'm not afraid of battle. But risking my life for coin? It takes a special mindset to choose that lot with no regrets. You have to want to risk your blood. I saw too many of my friends die, and I wondered if it was worth it. Andoran is a nation of the people, governed by the principles of common rule which grant every citizen a voice. Andoran holds the reins of its own destiny in the strong hands of its people. It considers itself the birthplace of freedom. So in the end I decided to choose another path. Now, if I'm going to lay down my life, at least it will be for a good cause. That's how I ended up in Mendef and became a squire for the Houndhearts. It's a small order. By tradition, it never has more than 12 members, and a new member is only knighted after one of the elders dies. We patrol the lands along the Wardstone line, and provide aid to travelers and settlers. Unfortunately, death is common among the Hound Hearts. I became a full knight 2 years ago, after laying my mentor to rest. But I'm content with my choice. My place is among the Crusaders. I just did what everyone else was doing. I grew up in the slums, where everyone stole a little, or maybe smuggled, or guarded stashes, so. Curl stares into his mug gloomily. But I never killed anybody and I never did anything really bad. I got caught stealing, and when they made me choose between prison and the condemned, well, of course I didn't want to go to prison. I'm not that good a fighter, but, as Norgorber is my witness, a thief can also be useful in a war against demons. I've always been a good scout. I can sneak under the nose of any monster. But I don't know where my friends are now. We got separated when the demons rampaged through the city. Norgorber is known as the once mortal god of thievery and assassination, as well as a keeper of secrets. He is called the Reaper of the Reputation by some, but he has more insidious titles among worshippers who venerate his other 3 aspects, Black Fingers, Father Skinsaw, and the Grey Master. He remains an enigma to most, and his true motives are unknown. Many of his own followers remain ignorant of his plans and designs. Norgorber is the only evil god amongst the Ascended.
Chin up, friend. Whoever you were in the past, you're our friend now, and a crusader. Your skills will be useful to us, you'll see.
I met my noble sister on the road to Canabers. I was returning from the south, from my fiancé, and was happy to be in the company of a paladin of Iomity. We said our farewells at the city gates and I went north, along the road to Drazen, to my order's camp. Ella's face grows grim at the mention of the camp. The demons attacked us there at the same time they struck Canabers, but we managed to fight them off. We hurried to the city's aid and joined forces with the Eagle Watch. All my fellow Hound Hearts were wounded during the battle on the streets. I'm the last knight of my order who can still fight. It's so good to see Sela again. Every loyal heart counts these days. I met Sela at a tavern in Canabers. Before the attack, of course. She was one of the few who would sit at a table with the condemned. Knights usually don't even look at us. But Sela is different, I knew it the moment I saw her.
That's what made me notice Sela too. So I sat down to talk to her. I never understood why everyone treated the condemned so horribly, and I still don't. Our Curl is a great lad. So after that night, Sela and I went round the taverns together every day. Mendef is an amazing place. People from all over the world come here, for glory, redemption, or to help those in trouble. And they always find each other. This might be the best place in the world to find like-minded people, and friends. That was a toast, in case you didn't notice. I didn't just want to talk about today's celebration. You see, Ella is in trouble. I want to help him, and I don't know anyone else in the city I can turn to. His fellow knights were all wounded in battle.
Ella shakes his head. Bad idea, sister. I told you, I don't want to bother anyone else with my problems. I need to handle them on my own. Oh, come on. Hiding your sadness from your friends is no way to live.
Curl is right. Oxifog Meteor Stalker helped me find you. Without his help I'd still be looking for you all over Canabers. So, Ella, come on. Stop being so stubborn.
The young knight shakes his head. In all truth, I do not wish to impose. My problems are just minor troubles. A paladin of Iomity and her friends certainly have more important things to do. Especially now that Canabers has been overrun with demons.
If I've learned anything in life, it's that there's nothing minor about good and evil.
Sela begins seriously, but then a smile lights up her face.
Take the 3 of you, for example. It seems like all you did was save one cart from some lesser demons. But look how many people are happy now. That feat will never be sung of in songs, but who knows, maybe thanks to this one joyous hour of peace and rest, the defenders of Canabers will find the strength to protect the city.
Sela catches her breath.
I talk too much, don't I? Well, Sir Ella, I want to help you, and my reputation as a holy warrior of Iomity won't suffer if it's more of a minor adventure than a glorious feat.
The knight sighs and seems a little embarrassed. All right. I'll explain. The life of a crusader has given me more than just a purpose and a chance to serve a righteous cause. When I abandoned the life of a mercenary and came to Mendef, I gained something else I never expected. It's here that I met, may all the ladies here forgive me, the finest girl in all the world. It's a miracle she found any love in her own heart for a bungler like me. But I'm not about to let this miracle go. Not even the demon lord Descari and all his demon army can stand in my way. Luckily, my beloved is now safely away from Kenabers. For half a year I've been getting up my courage to propose to her. I even ordered a ring from Derek Sunhammer, the best jeweler in Mendef. Independent nightly orders live mostly off donations, and I'm not what you would call rich, but I so want to make Kiana happy. Oh, it took me 3 months to find a jewel the same shade as her eyes. And twice that long to scrape together enough money. Master Derek's work was worth it, but I lost the ring during the demon attack, and I'll probably never find a worthy replacement.
The ring is most likely still at the Houndheart's camp outside the city. Ella and his friends didn't have time to pack up their camp. First the demons ambushed them, and then they rushed off to help Kenabers. I think we should at least go there and check. Not right now, of course, but once the situation in the city is under control.
My friends and I killed 2 large demons attacking the camp, then rode straight to the city without spending any more time cleaning up the rest of their band. It was only a few imps, but they might still be at the camp. Of course, this was a while ago. Our camp was attacked at the same time as the wardstone in the main square, and I haven't been back there since. Sela puts her hand on your shoulder.
Thanks for agreeing to help. Ella is a good man and a true knight, and I think the world should repay those who are so devoted to doing good. Let's help him, so he can propose to his beloved the way he wanted. Sela, I hope you can convince Irabeth to let me go with you when you do this. I don't want to be parted from my friends. Of course. If the League of the Inspiring card has come together in this dark hour, we must continue onward together.